Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. And now to honor America, please join in the singing of our national anthem. Representing the three-time Stanley Cup champion New Jersey Devils, Arlette.
I feel like I'm at a game. Oh my gosh. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Happy Devils Sunday. This is the Let's Go Devils podcast, season 5, episode 1.
Who knew?
Yeah.
I had no idea it was the season premiere. I'm so excited. Is there going to be a guest star? Is there going to be a guest star? Is it going to be like Brad Pitt, like on Friends back in the day or something like that?
Oh, I don't know, Scotty. I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Okay, all right.
Same old.
I don't know why
Let's
that
Go
popped
Devils
into my
podcast.
head. All right. Still, season premiere.
Yeah,
Woo!
season premiere. Beer Baron's out on assignment tonight. I'm your host, Sam Wu. Here with Scotty of SiriusXM Liquid Metal, streaming live on Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, and Twitch on the Primetime Radio Network. If you saw beginning of the podcast during our intro, the Let's Go Devils podcast will be at Arlette's 50th birthday bash at the Stagehouse Tavern, Mountainside, New Jersey. Beautiful Mountainside, New Jersey, off of Route 22, from 8 p.m. to midnight, Friday, September 24th. I know organist Pete is going to be there with his lovely wife, Sabrina. Arlette with the girls, her band will be there.
That's her band. That's her band,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
All right. They're gonna play some tunes, right? They're gonna play some tunes.
Absolutely. And we're gonna be streaming it live. We're gonna be streaming it live
Mm-hmm.
on the Let's Go Devils podcast platform. NJ Devil, the mascot, will be there.
Nice.
That's what I'm told. Also, no relations to me, the Woo Crew will be there as well, so you should wear your Devils attire. Yes.
Oh, that's the Ric Flair woo. Oh, the Ric Flair woo. Oh,
I don't want to take credit for what the Devils marketing people are doing. No relations to me. Just a coincidence.
Woo!
But this weekend, Scotty, we saw some Devils prospects up in Buffalo. Matt
we did.
And Chico Resch, friends of the podcast, actually made the trip with Amanda Stein to cover. So we were fortunate enough to watch on NewJerseyDevils.com. I was wondering all week, were they going to do that? Because, with COVID, all that, I didn't know what, but the Devils made it happen.
Yes.
We got to see a glimpse of the future, Scotty.
Yes, we did.
Future. And I have a lot of comments. I know you do.
The future is now, Sam Wu. The future is now. So, yeah. Little prospect challenge happening over this weekend. And it was pretty exciting, I got to say. Obviously, first game, Devils didn't get on the old scoreboard there, but it was just nice to see him out there. But this second game today, whoo! Well, first off, Dawson Mercer, what a head of hair. Wow. All right. Jealous of that right there. But Alexander Holtz, I don't know if Devils fans, you got the opportunity to either A, see the game live, or B, see the highlights. But you need to check out the ripper from Alexander Holtz, where we've seen him many times over there in Sweden. The games that we've scouted, that we've seen on his highlight reels and everything like that, kind of hanging out in the circle like a true, what were we saying before the show started, Samu? A true sniper. And let me tell you, he got that puck fed to him today, and there is a water bottle that is no longer holding any more water because a puck basically went through it. It was poof. You want to talk about a woo? All right, that was like a Ric Flair chop from early 1980s Ric Flair chop. One that actually had some oomph behind it, not like today Ric Flair chop. So that water bottle went a flying, and it was a wrist shot. Okay, wait till he winds up with that cannon. If you've not seen any of the highlights from the past couple of years that he's been playing in Sweden, get ready, check him out, and get ready for it, because the kid has got a cannon. He's going to develop very nicely, we are hoping, and maybe in the end of this year or next year or something like that, we're going to be seeing him on the ice for the big club. Sam Wu, that was the thing that really got me. I mean, Dawson Mercer as well, don't get me wrong, Dawson Mercer as well, but that shot and that water bottle just flying right off the back. I mean, that got me hyped.
When I first saw the line combinations on Friday, and I saw that top line, I started daydreaming, right? I started daydreaming, thinking, if Mercer is as advertised down the middle, and Holtz is as advertised as a sniper, and Nolan Foote brings that physical nastiness in the corners. There, and watching the two games, there was definitely a buzz about them, a special buzz about them anytime they were on the ice. Dawson Mercer is the real deal. Alexander Holtz is the real deal. Nolan Foote is the real deal. And we're just talking about the top line so far, because there's a lot of other players I want to make comments about.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. We're going to get to the defensive side, too. Yeah. And goal. But go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
And watching the early chemistry between those three. Now, Buffalo, according to Corey Pronman, has the number one prospect pool in their farm system. Corey Pronman of The Athletic. The Boston Bruins is, I think, number 29. Devils are number 6. But just watching them, I mean, they only had a handful of days together before they could actually put out a team. Just seeing game 2, just seeing that they knew where they were on the ice and just having fun, and the flow, the skill, the speed. It's only going to go up from there. I just want to say that about that first line. And I will say this, though. You
forgot about one thing.
What's that?
The size.
But just one more thing about that first line combination.
Oh, yeah.
I believe they will be seeing some time in the NHL probably towards the later part of the season, depending upon where the Devils are in the playoffs or development or whatever. They are just about NHL ready, but they need time with Kevin Dineen. And listening to Kevin Dineen in the press conferences, I love him. I love him because he understands the game so well. And what better teacher than Kevin Dineen in the AHL in Utica Comets to get these guys started. I mean, if the Devils were desperate, yeah, you could probably put any three of them in an NHL lineup. But my preference is let them grow together in Utica.
Absolutely. 100%, dude. And look at our team already. There's no need to rush them. I know we spoke about this, a couple of weeks ago before we started doing our rundown of, forwards and defensemen and goalies and everything like that. There is no need to rush these guys. That is the great thing. We should see, and Jack Hughes and Nico, all those guys are going to grow this year. Pavel Zacha, they're all going to get Ty Smith. All those guys are going to take a step forward, but so are all of these young prospects together. And that's going to be a key thing for when they do finally come up. They're going to be so used to playing with each other, like Sam was just talking about. I kind of like Patty and Peter back in the day.
Yeah, and I will say though, just watching these two games will make me very forgiving about the NHL Devils this season, knowing what's in store in the pipeline. That it's different when your farm system has no talent.
Get your AHL.com subscription ready because everyone's going to be want to watch the Comets this season. Yeah. With that number one line, I'd be tuning in every single night because they're gonna raise some hell. They're gonna raise some hell, Devil style, down there in the AHL, and I'm very excited to see that. Very, very excited to see that. And it was nice. It was also great seeing big old Kevin Ball skate in there. As well. I mean, man, having Foot and Ball out there at the same time that feels good for guys like Mercer and Holtz to know that they're also, protected as well. And Ahoyuk, woo, man, woo. He is.
Let's talk about him.
He is a feisty dude. I've liked what I've seen from him for quite some time. I've seen, some AHL games, and every time I've seen, he's been right there in the mix all the time. He's not the biggest guy in the world. He's not Kevin Ball. He's not Muhammad Doolin. He's not that size, but man, is he tough. He is tough. And he just gets in people's faces, and he's feisty. He's feisty. I like that energy. From him. I've enjoyed his play so far. How about you, Samu?
Yes, and there were certain things that I was looking at with his play. One of the things that I've complained about, and I'm going to be careful when I say this because maybe people have misunderstood what I said.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say, Samu? What are you going to say? Huh?
He's got the beef. He's got the beef. He's got the nastiness. And I'm not talking about cheap shots, 1970s, beat 'em up, whatever. I'm talking about hockey grit because I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
He knew where that line was when he got into some confrontation. He knew where that line was because the ultimate goal is to send a message and straighten the other team out that you're just not gonna roll over us. And I'm not talking with fists. He had a nastiness about him that it was a deterrent from messing with star players like Dawson Mercer, or also
Alexander
I
Holtz.
saw some, Alexander Holtz, but also, what were your thoughts on Chase Stillman.
Chase Stillman.
Yes.
Chase Stillman. I mean, I obviously I'd like to see more. The thing I was kind of focused in on was that top line there, but I mean, overall, like, I'm not gonna say I wasn't impressed with any of these kids, like Nico Dawes as well. Just playing, in these first games like this in a while. So I mean, I liked what I saw from everyone. There wasn't really anyone that I was just like, oh man, terrible, but that could just be me that I was excited.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's been a very long time that the Devils have this much talent developing in their farm system. I can't even remember, maybe since '95 when they went on that cup run. I mean, that AHL Albany River Rats team, the names that came out, came from that team, played a significant amount of time with the Devils and in the NHL. So I'll tell you what, it's just one small step in the right direction. These prospects and the team start practicing this Wednesday in full training camp. But it was nice to see them play well, and seeing the water bottle just take a beating every single time the Devils were shooting.
I mean, Mercer had a nice goal. Mercer had a nice goal too. In the middle
as well.
Yeah, they all did. So it was an impressive showing by that line for sure. And that's what we'd like to see, obviously. But knowing that those guys are just in the pipeline there, and the Kevin Ball, the Muhammad Doolin, the Ahoyuk, the Graham Clark, Talavi. We're just stacked. We're stacked, and we're finally starting to see all these guys really come through, and it's exciting. It's exciting, like it really is. And training camp, you're gonna see some of these rookies in with the vets and stuff. Man, who did we get? Did we pick out who was our performance tryout? Who did we? I can't remember. Who did we? Did we sign some performance PTOs?
The Jimmy VC group.
Oh, that's right. Oh, Jimmy VC. That's right. I thought we lost that sweepstakes. Didn't we lose that sweepstakes? I thought we lost the Jimmy VC sweepstakes. Whatever. Hey, you never know. Might turn into something. So we'll see with all these guys and the young prospects getting some time in there with the big club, though. I know I saw a little tidbit on Kevin Ball talking about learning from Dougie Hamilton. Whoo, man. Just the thoughts of that, sort of combo on the blue line for the next, 6 years is that's enticing. And I just want to say here, because we're all right, we're starting to get some hot takes. We're already seeing some hot takes over here. Ramona, one of my favorites on the old Facebook Live over here, Ramona is saying that line, Mercer, Holtz, and Foote, are going to make the big club this season. And that's some bold talk over there. I think they start out in the AHL. Personally.
I do too. But
that's
a lot to ask for them. That's a lot to ask for them in their first professional season with the New Jersey Devils organization. You know what? There is so much they can gain with working with Kevin Dineen up in Utica.
I agree.
Think because again, it's all about getting your reps, getting playing time, teaching moments. It all, I mean, I believe Dawson Mercer could crack the lineup on opening night. He definitely can. But here's the thing. I want
Ramona says you're gonna see. Ramona says you're gonna sing. Okay, all right. I hope so. I hope you're right. Actually,
Yeah, I know. I mean, if
I hope they are that insanely good. Yes, that would be.
I mean, the fan in me wants them to be, wants to be like now. It's not, but the reality is they need to develop. They're still young, and they can learn a lot in Utica, while even the veterans are starting to get to know each other. Dougie Hamilton, Jonathan Bernier, Tomas Tatar. And all these tryouts, all these veterans, coming in. It's going to take some time. Let's be realistic here. This is a new team, a new beginning, so to speak, and I think the first 20 games is going to be very important. But I'm not going to say we're going 10-0 right out of the gate. It's going to take some time adjustment for the new defense to really gel and click on the blue line.
Well, here's something I also want everyone to keep in mind. Though it would be awesome to see this team, these young kids come up. Just Miles Wood, Jesper Brett, Pavel Zacha, Jesper Boquist, Jack Hughes. He's not going anywhere. Studenik. PK we know will be gone. And Christian Jaros are all expiring RFAs. They're all going to be restricted free agents. There's going to be some moves eventually. These guys are going to get, so we're going to see who, does get dealt maybe during the season. Who sticks around, who resigns. We'll see what Fitzy's got up his sleeve. So far, it's been so good, but that's a lot of guys, right? I mean, Jack Hughes is sticking around, so he's going to get a nice deal. But Boquist, Zacha, Bratt, Miles Wood. If Nolan Foote comes up, is Miles Wood become, someone, I don't know. Do they keep both? They're very similar players. I don't know.
Mikey McLeod. Don't forget about Mikey McLeod.
Well, Mikey McLeod's on a 2-year. He's got 2 years. Yanni, Igor, Andres Janssen, Thomas Tatar. Janssen and Tatar will be UFAs. But everyone else is RFAs. That's the great thing about being so young as well. All these guys are restricted free agents. You may think like, man, didn't we sign Pavel Zacha to some? Yeah. That was a while ago. It was a couple seasons ago already, but he's still a restricted free agent because these guys started so young. I mean, that's why we were so terrible. But now they're going to they're going to be 24, 25 years old and have 7 years of NHL experience. It's really going to pay off. But we're going to have to make some decisions there with some of these guys. Some of them are going to get moved. Blackwood is for another 2 years. PK is going to get moved, and then as soon as that happens, they'll sign Jack. They'll use some of that money probably to re-sign Jack, for a long-term deal. And then, we'll see what happens after that. Oh, I'm by myself all of a sudden. But they're all restricted free agents, except for, now he's back.
I had to do something. I had to do something. Yeah? I had to leave the camera for about 2 seconds, so I didn't want to be rude. I should have told you that before.
Yeah, squeak one out. Is that what happened? Just like, and then like, and then just put the camera back on. Is that what happened? Unmute.
No comment.
But it's where we are as well. We've talked about this many times. Tom Fitzgerald is a friggin' genius. Like all these guys, we're in such a good situation here. With cap space, right now, we got $12 million in cap space. We got 7 open. Roster size, we're 22 out of 23. Contracts available, 43 out of 50. And then we're going to lose PK, and you're back to what? What's that? 19 million? What? No, PK was 9 million, right? That was his cap hit. Yeah. So he's,
yep.
Phew. I mean, then you're back. That's like $21 million you're back at all of a sudden, like.
And don't forget on trade deadline.
Mm-hmm.
There's a potentially PK Subban could be worth a lot in trade.
Oh yeah.
If the Devils were to decide to trade him, because the Devils do have that cap space to absorb some of that, some of that money when another team is going on a playoff run that would want a PK Subban. So, again, they're filling that pipeline of talent. And I'll tell you,
oh yeah,
in 3 years from now, maybe 3 to 5 years from now, Tom Fitzgerald has made some bold moves in the draft. When he had 3 picks and he picked McMadoulin with that pick.
Which shocked us all. And I will fully admit, now that was a sad day for me. I'll never forget it. It was the day that Eddie Van Halen died, and I was very upset. Yeah. And then I come into the draft late, and the friggin' Rangers sneak up ahead of us and take what's his name, Braden Schneider, right? Who was like a big defensive prospect. It's like, oh man, that's exactly what we need. And then it's just like Devils pick. Did we take Mercer there, or I can't remember. Was that Mohamedou in there? And then it was just who is this guy? Like, no one knows who this guy is. Now all of a sudden he's just like, it's just like, how did all these scouts miss this kid? Like, he's a stud, and it's like, oh, Tom Fitzgerald didn't miss him, because
and then he manufactured another draft pick and picked Chase Stillman. Yeah. So I'm wondering how that will all turn out 3 to 5 years from now. Those moves are bold moves where I liked how he used his first rounder, Luke Hughes, Alexander Holtz, but I also liked how he used that Taylor Hall trade, and Dawson Mercer. That there, I mean, Holtz is great. Don't get me wrong, but the steal of the draft, maybe Mercer. Mercer at that spot. And, again, it's, mostly Fitzgerald. I believe it was Ray Shero that made that trade to Arizona at the time. But it was Fitzgerald.
Probably.
Yeah, but it was Fitzgerald that's taking, continuing that and getting
the fall of Ray.
So, you know what? Give
starring
it some
Richard
time,
Gere.
The great thing about Tom Fitzgerald is. Are you trying to get me off my game?
Yeah, who could play Lou in this movie? Who could play Lou? Richard Gere is going to play Ray Shero. Who could play Lou? Like Paul Giamatti's got to play Lou Lamoriello. I think that would be good.
Yoda?
Yoda? No, Paul Giamatti. He's in like 1,000 movies. Paul Giamatti, you know who he is.
I know. How about Danny DeVito?
You can get Danny DeVito in there. I think Giamatti would do it better. Old Pig Vomit. Come on. From Private Parts. He's like a genius actor. Everybody like, hey, you were Pig Vomit in Private Parts. All right. So, but that was a Ray move there. That was the right there at the end of the tenure of Ray Shero. We had all talked about it, that he hung on way too long to John Hines and to Taylor Hall. He wanted that to work, and it just was not working.
Can't fit. Was it a square in a round hole? Yeah. He tried that. It didn't work. Ray Shero paid the price. Got burnt. Parted ways. But Tom Fitzgerald, this is what I like. He's played in the NHL. Great reputation. Smart hockey guy. Values analytics. But again, he's a smart hockey guy. He's very thorough. Very methodical. Nothing too flashy. Just very, goes about his business. That's what I like. And so far, I can't even poke holes in his moves so far. I really can't. Like, wow, okay. You're doing exactly what any fan would ask you to do, and he's continuing the rebuild. But I think the great thing about it is he has some of these players, like you were saying, on a 1 year or 2 year deal. He could get rid of you if you're not performing. Like, look what happened to Gusev. It just simply didn't work out in New Jersey. And I like that he's not tied up and got the team tied up for years. And that's important.
Exactly. No, it's very important because, I mean, there's going to be decisions that have to be made. These guys on this, restricted free agency, they're going to be looking for some money here, and you're going to have to decide if you do want to pay Miles Wood that amount of money, if you're going to want to pay Jesper Boquist that amount of money. Of all the guys, Boquist is really, hasn't had as much NHL time. He did briefly, but then he went back. He was obviously too soon for him, and he went back down. And he definitely looked better when he came up last year. His play was, I thought, definitely looked like two different players on the ice. Just confidence and just his speed, that he was using it effectively, and getting into corners and into places. But either way, all these guys, they're going to be looking for raises and stuff like that, and you're going to be able to decide, who do we want to keep? We have all this talent in the pipeline. Do we need to spend a lot of money here, or, can we make a deal?
And
let's
also
make a deal, baby.
Think about this. Down the middle, Heischer, Hughes, Mercer, possibly McLeod, right?
Yeah.
Zaka is now a winger right now, as far as I'm concerned, but he can shift over center if need be, depending upon what's happening in the game. But look at this defense.
Oh,
3 years from now, Dougie Hamilton will be on the team. Definitely. Luke Hughes, I would expect, could be on the roster 3 years from now.
Could be
earlier.
He might be. Yep. He might. Well, I mean, he's going to right. Well, he's got. What, this is his senior year or junior year?
I think it's freshman year.
Oh, it's his freshman. Oh, yeah, it's his. Yeah,
he's just turned 18. He's got some time.
Yeah. Oh, I'm thinking. What's his name? I'm sorry. I got him confused with the other kid that's going back. What's his name? The number one guy, Owen Power. Right, he's a senior, but he's going back. So I'm sorry. Yes, Luke is. Yeah, it might even be a little longer than 3 years for Luke.
And then,
which isn't bad. It's just the pipeline is continue. It's good.
And you see the prospects, and don't forget Shakir. Don't forget him. And what if they pull off to get Hughes out of Vancouver on top of it?
I'm sure that's why I think maybe some of these restricted free, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to run my mouth here. I'm no GM, nor do I play one on the radio or on podcasts, so, but I could see something that is something, but I know, I mean, not just me, we all know, Vancouver's going to ask for the world in that situation. But we're going to see when is his contract up? Isn't it soon? I'm going to look right now. Is it next year?
I think he's a restricted free agent.
A restricted?
Sorry. I've had a long day, Scotty. I've had a long day. Stop it.
Let's see the old Vancouver Canucks here. Come on. So they got about 10.6 million in the old cap space. Let's see. Quinn Hughes. What is this? Is he still on his, what is that? I've never seen that before.
Entry-level contract?
Oh, maybe that's what that is. Okay. That's weird. I've never seen that one before. Is that what Just like I'm never mind.
I can't.
I think that it's like 0. Oh, I guess it's like 0 years, 10 months, 2 days. I don't know what that is. 10.2. 10.2. That's what it says. So I'm saying it's up soon. Now, how about that? I'm going with that, Sam Wu. I'm going to go with that contract's up soon. Then it'll be a restricted free agent. And then we can make let's make a deal.
It'd be a blockbuster.
Oh, yeah. But see, then we're going to have to sacrifice some of these other prospects that we have. We know that. But
the Devils have cap space. Devils have cap space, and if I'm not mistaken, how is Vancouver's doing with cap space?
They're at 10.6. Not as well. They got 10.6 in cap space, but they got some stuff happening as well. So
they have Pettersson, needing to be re-signed. I believe I don't think has he signed yet. I haven't kept
I know. I just closed this phone, this contraption. Where is it here? Come on, Vancouver. Come on up. Brad Hunt. Tyler Mott. Brock is only 1 year left and restricted free agent, so that'll be a big one too. Brandon. Oh yeah, Sutter. Yeah, I mean they'll have some stuff to deal with there. Old Bo and JT, they got 2 years left, so. But yeah, Brock will be a big one for them. He's already making 5.8, so keep it going. Raise it up. That's how it's gonna go with these guys. So get used to it. Maybe we can lock old Jackie Boy into a nice deal now, where we don't have to worry about that.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
The way we did
that
Nico.
Would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have him go on the Nico Hischier plan. Commit 7 years.
Commit, baby. Come on. Nico did it. Dougie did it. Come on. You can do it. Jackie Boy. We'll get your brother. We already got the other one. We'll get the other. Come on. Everyone can sign. You have a big Jack Hughes family party,
Can you imagine if they're all three of them out on the ice at once?
That'd be cool. Imagine if Jack was at center and Luke and Quinn were both at defense, on either side.
On the same pairing. That'd be great.
Yeah. With like an Alexander Holtz on his wing and a Nolan Foote on the other side. Or something like that, Something crazy like that. We'll see. There's unlimited possibilities, though, but the way the team is constructed, I know this is something that we've talked about before, Samu. I just got to say, I'm a big fan of Tom Fitzgerald and everything that he has shown. He is someone that we talked about had that connection because he was there when Lou was there, and he was also under the tutelage of Ray for so long. But just being able to learn from both of them, I mean, you see their smartness, Maybe not everyone agrees with like the Chara move, or that Lou, but hey, that's Chara, that's going to make a difference there on their back line too, like it's a smart play for the way the team is constructed over there, I personally feel like Fitzy has just been really smart and like chess player, like 3 moves ahead of the game somehow on a lot of this stuff. And man, I trust in Fitz. Remember
when Ray Shiro asked Fitzy, to be behind the bench when I got to tell you, since that moment, I started to watch Fitzgerald, and then when he got the job on the most awkward circumstances, and given the interim tag, if that were me, I would have said to ownership, "Screw you, I'm going somewhere else." But he stuck with it. He really stuck with it. Even with the interim tag, then you had the 9.5 month stoppage. He kept everything together, and now here we are. He signed the biggest free agent in the pool, Dougie Hamilton. He also got us, a guy that can finish in Tatar. Yes, he did have to trade away Palmieri, Zajac, but I just
look what we got.
That,
we got stuff in return for it though.
Yeah, and I feel like I trust him to make all the changes, because I know Devils fans don't like change sometimes. When Adam Henrique was traded, and your favorite players go, Blake Coleman,
and how ironic, everyone didn't want to see Rico go, and who did that bring us? Palmieri. And everyone was like, "No, can you trade Palmieri?" It's because that's just what happens, let Palms go. The Islanders were further along. Hell, they almost got to the Cup Finals. Let them have that run. We weren't going to be able to give him that. And I understand Zajac kind of didn't want to go. He was happy, but he still, like I said, Travis Zajac was one of my MVPs. For everything he did, stepping his game up last year, but then also, taking that that trade because he knew it was good for the Devils in the long run. Maybe if they got eliminated in the first round, we're going to get a little higher draft pick. But either way, we still got, a pretty good deal out of it. And I'm happy. And I'm glad I was pulling for him, long time Devil. I was pulling for him there to get a shot. So, Samuel's got to let another squeaker out.
It's called the cough button.
It's called the cough button.
It's called the cough button.
Jerry's point. Oh yeah, was it? Was Henrique traded for Vatanen, or did Palmieri just sign? Did we trade for Palmieri?
Palmieri was traded. I think they traded a draft pick for Palmieri.
Did they trade it? Is that it? Really? Did I get those? Oh yeah, it was Vatanen that came with for Rico. Is that what it was? I don't even remember. I'd have to look that up.
I believe so.
Well, either way, hey, we all love Adam Henrique, but we had our moment of glory. It didn't work out. The team kind of got busted. Covey screwed everything up by hightailing it, back overseas. So what can you do? We spent all that money on him. Zach wanted to play with his buddy. Minnesota had the money to sign him and his buddy now. So it really did. They got busted.
Gary asks, anyone else worries about Yegor? Yeah, he seems to have been on vacation all summer long without any training. 3-month honeymoon. I hope I am wrong. I think he's just fine, Gary. I think he's just fine. I mean, I think he was he flipping the bird in the World months ago? And
are you thinking that he was like Odell Beckham on the boat, down there?
Yeah.
Like, is that what's going on there?
I
think he's gonna be just fine. Once he's 22, he's gonna be just fine. Just fine. Let him go have some fun on his honeymoon and enjoy it. Because you know what? He's getting ready to go to work. And he's going to go to work for like the next 7 months straight, you know? So he can go and he can enjoy himself. I'm sure he can bounce back from the hangover he got from drinking too much champagne or bourbon, whatever his drink of choice might happen to be. But yeah, he'll be fine. Don't worry about Igor. It'll be cool.
Getty 27 YouTube Live. Nikita Hoyt.
What's up, Getty?
Looked like a hitting machine. Good to see the future.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, Skynet is launching. Fitzgerald is in charge of it. You know, the Terminators are coming, and their names are Hoyt and Ball and Muhammad Dulin. They're on their way. I'm excited. I think and listen, some people could say, I don't know, you're talking about this new league. You don't need like tough guys. Yes, you do. You 100% do. I don't care what people say. People have you don't know what you're talking about. You need toughness, no matter what. You're never going to win in the playoffs without toughness, because the playoffs is a completely different animal, and those guys pound each other. We all saw what happened with Tom Wilson last year. you need toughness. I mean, like I said, Tom Wilson was our hero. He single-handedly like destroyed the Rangers franchise in like, what was it, like 12 seconds or something like that, you know, like. But, you know, that's something you never want to see Jackie Boy have to deal with, or Nico, or Dawson Mercer, or Alexander Holtz. You know, that's why you need like some ball. You need some Hoyt who's going to get physical, who's going to get feisty. You know, you need a Nolan Foote. You know, like you need some bigger. And like, don't get me wrong, Alexander Holtz and Dawson Mercer aren't really like, you know, they're not like Jack Hughes. They're bigger. You know, Jack is just, you know, Jack is whatever. But you got to protect him. You got to protect him. And I'm sure that they feel a lot better going out there on the ice knowing that they're being protected as well. They're going to be more ready to go diving into those corners and, you know, skating a little bit more freer when you know you got like 6'9" Kevin Ball and 6'8", you know, Muhammad Dulin sitting behind you. Or 6'6" or 6'5". What's he? 6'5" Nolan Foote. He's a monster. Him on the wing makes a difference. So you got, everyone can say that I don't know what I'm talking about. Blah blah blah. I don't care. You need to be tough. You need to be tough in this league. Yeah, you have to be fast and you have to be skillful, but you can be tough and skillful at the same time. You can't just keep getting pushed off the puck and everything like that. I know I used to give Jesper Bratt a hard time. That dude worked at it, and you could see he is tough. Jesper Bratt was getting into fight. I mean, why is Jesper Bratt getting into fights last year? You know, like he worked on it, and he used to get pushed off the puck. He doesn't get pushed off the puck anymore. You know, he got bigger. You know, Jesper Bratt is another one who started when he was 18 years old, right? Or was he 19 when he was another like. Wasn't he that young when he started?
I think 19.
Wasn't he 18-year-old? Was he a 19-year-old? Either way, he's grown, and he doesn't get pushed around as much anymore. I used to be so scared of the idea of having Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes on the same line because I thought they would get I thought they would just get demolished. You know, you need that toughness. You need that size in your lineup. When you want to go through the playoffs, just look at the teams that have won. They're gritty teams. Yeah, they got some speedsters and they got skill, but they also have the grit as well. You can't just win on the speed and the skill. As the playoffs come, they will grind you down. And Winston says, cheers to that. Cheers to that, Dad. You stop talking about hockey already. Come take me outside. Winston's like, put on some Black Sabbath and stop yapping about the Devils again, Dad. Yeah. That's what Winston is saying. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. I know you share that opinion, Sambo.
You know what? I just don't want to see the opposing team take liberties and just push Jack Hughes around. I saw it we saw it too many times last season. You need to, it's like peace through strength. You want to be a deterrent. You want to have guys that are a deterrent where they don't do that. Otherwise the teams, the veteran teams do that well. The Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins, when the Devils had the Boston Bruins number, you know what? They started to muck it up a little bit. Some people don't like it, but the reality is you still have to be tough. You have to, you still, they're going to try to get
Look at Ovi.
Your game.
Look at Ovi.
Yeah. And that's what I hope I see. I'd like to see this new blue line user size. I like to see this blue line get involved offensively, so it's not 3-on-5 in the offensive zone, that it's a team concept. I like to see them take some big shots from the point and having get through it and just getting to those rebounds, our forwards, and screening the goalie and getting back to basics and puck possession, control. Control the puck. Because if you're
no fun
the puck,
zone. No fun zone.
I was going to get to that.
The Sam Wu NFZ. I am really excited to see, Dougie Hamilton, Ryan Graves, Kevin Ball when he comes up, Ahoyuk when he comes up.
You know who I'm looking forward to?
What's that?
Looking forward to? PK Subban in a contract year. I'm actually very interested in him. I'm also expecting, there's an expectation that Damon Severson, all the bad luck that happened last year, I hope to see it not happen again. Butt puck, losing control of the puck, all that stuff, not missing your assignment. He had a great,
the butt puck.
He had a great start to the season, and then once that stoppage happened, he just started to decline. The season started to just go to the toilet.
And I feel that was like the whole team, though. Yeah. But last year was such a wash, though. We look at it. The butt puck was definitely miserable and everything. Don't get me wrong, But I know. What was it, Yiga?
Down 3-0 to the Rangers, and it's only 5 minutes in.
Oh yeah,
that was bad.
Oh man, that week bad. We were so pumped for that week too, and it was
Ranger hate week.
Such a disaster,
and we had nothing to talk about. Nothing.
Game was over in like the first 6 minutes.
At least the team had 20 guys on the bench.
It's 3-0 already. Devils are just finishing warm-ups, and it's somehow 3-0 already. So, that's what it felt like, basically.
I am looking forward to Let's Go Devils post-game. Remember that last season? We accidentally, it wasn't even in the works, but somehow we ripped off 56 straight post-games, which is tough.
That's right.
And the condensed schedule. There was a 2-week period, 16-day period where we had no Devils hockey. But this year is going to be different. And plus, we've got the Olympic break, right? We got the Olympic break and the season starting just a little bit later than normal. October 15th, preseason games back at the Rock.
Is that what it is? 15th? Is that when it starts? I forgot to look.
Yeah. Friday, October 15th.
The schedule.
At the Prudential Center. October 1st, 4th, and 7th. I believe there are preseason games at the Rock.
Yeah, where's that? Where's that schedule right here? Washington on the 29th. And then the Rangers that Friday night. Then at the Islanders. Yeah, and then then Washington again. And then the Islanders on Thursday. What is that? Thursday
October 7th. October 7th.
October 7th, yes. You are right. You are correct, sir. And then we kick off the season on October the 15th at the Rock. Wow, we have Is that correct? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game homestand to kick off the season.
Yep. The month of October is all about the New Jersey Devils in Newark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they get this schedule right? This looks like we have way more home games than we have away games. Oh, what they did over here.
Yeah.
Getting me confused.
Eventually catches up.
When do they come? Ooh, they come out here West Coast pretty early, huh? So November 2nd in Anaheim, and then November 5th at the Staples Center. We're gonna have to see if we could do some sort of West Coast meetup if anyone wants to. When do they go to Vegas? That's what I want to see. I want to go to the Vegas arena. They do that this year, right? Yeah.
I think so.
When are they in Vegas?
They also, I think at the same time they're in with the Seattle, I believe. I think it's that trip, if I'm not mistaken. It's in March. Go to March. For whatever reason, I'm thinking March.
I'm missing some. I don't know where I am here. March.
Rody Ryan says Mercer.
Yes.
Like a steal.
No, it's early. April. April 18th. April 18th. Okay, so yeah. So November and April, we'll have to see if we can work some stuff out. We'll see. But very exciting.
Could you do post game outside the arena?
We'll see, yeah. You get police shutting me down.
I'll get Beer Baron to fill in, all right?
You got a permit? You got a permit, son? Me here? Huh? Yes, officer. Sam Wu said it was okay.
That's all they need to know.
By the way, this is T. I'm not here like pounding a 40 during the middle of the podcast. I don't know. That might relieve some, but it might disappoint some as well. No, I don't.
Truth be told, this used to be a yearly tradition. This is how awesome the Devils were back then. On the 39th game, when Brodor's 39th win of the season, when we would tailgate at the old Meadowlands, we would all bring 40s. I would have like OE, my friend would have Steel Reserve. Like we would have 40s in anticipation afterwards that we'd be celebrating in the parking lot for his 40th victory. And he did it many times. It used to be like a yearly thing. I hope that Mac Black can get to that where it's a yearly
Just one?
thing.
Just one?
Yearly thing.
I mean, you only had 140? I had a 40. I would have a 40 like on the train, and then I would have like a 40 on the walk over from the train to the arena.
That's how you jinx it, though, because he's at 39.
No, I'm talking about like every game in general. That's what we used to do. We used to like drink a 40 on the train going there. And then we would have another one for the walk up towards the arena, and then you have two before you even go into the game. That beer's expensive at the game. You got a pregame.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, Scotty. Final thoughts.
Oh,
before we drop the podcast.
Maybe sometime we'll tell the infamous Four Loko story for one of my birthday extravaganzas when I used to go to the St. Patrick's Day game every year at the Devils Arena. I have to wait for Beer Baron to come back for that because he was a part of it. So,
gotcha.
Oh boy. I'm just glad I didn't drink any Four Lokos that night. But anyway, just want to say final thoughts. Wow. Alexander Holtz, Dawson Mercer, we're starting to see the glimpses of these guys. Kevin Ball, Nikita Ahoyuk. We're starting to see these little glimpses. Get ready, because it's going to start happening this season. Start watching some of those AHL games. They're going to be a lot more interesting with that number one line there. If Ramona's wrong and they don't make the team out of camp, that number one line down there at the AHL is going to be pretty fun to watch. And then just on a little bit of a quick sad note, want to say, horns up, RIP to Norm Macdonald, who I just absolutely loved when I was growing up, watching SNL, Weekend Update, when we do the Burt Reynolds, the Bob Dole's. Who stole Bob Dole's peanut butter? They did the Bob Dole in the real world. Oh, man. I love that. And then just Norm's comedy in general. It may not be the type that everybody likes, because some of it is a little bit over the edge, and it's Norm, just Norm doing Norm. But if you get Norm and you get his comedy, then you knew how genius he was. And just sad to see him go. And if you can, watch that special that's on Netflix, the one that he put out like maybe, 3, 4, 5 years ago now. It is hysterical. It's hysterical. It's on Netflix. Some classic Norm say, hey, you're the Sam Woo. You do the podcast. They got that podcast with Sam Woo. Yeah. That's my Norm Macdonald. That's it. Yeah. Did you ever see the Norm? Yeah. Did you watch the Bob Saget comedy roast when he did all jokes? When he did all jokes that like Bob Saget would tell on Full House, and they're just like the worst. Or the America's Funniest Home Videos or whatever it was, and they're just like the worst jokes you have ever heard in your life. But like Norm, he's going for it. He commits the entire thing, and like he does it's so awesomely bad. It's only Norm can pull it off.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there at the Stage House Tavern in Mountainside, New Jersey for Arlette's 50th birthday bash. She'll be there with her girls performing. All-girl band, Scotty. All-girl band. Very talented musicians. Looking forward to that. NJ Devil and the Woo Crew will be there. I'll be there. I'll be streaming live. Going to interview the birthday girl on a live special podcast, and we'll try to stream the music live on the Let's Go Devils podcast platform.
Until we get shut down.
Well, she's playing. It's her band. I don't think we're going to get shut down. I don't know if there's copyright issues. Who knows? I'll just play dumb.
We'll see what happens. Could be good, could be bad. We'll see.
Yeah. And also, you got a couple hours to get your votes in. Get your votes in. Couple hours. It ends at 11:59 p.m. for the next. You can choose the next New Jersey Devils PA announcer. All right. That's it. Dropping the podcast at midnight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Campbell. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Omar, Jenna, everybody on YouTube Live, John,
and
Brody,
Facebook Live,
Will, Chris, Getty. It's going to be a great season. Till next time.
Season 5, baby.
Let's go Devils.